All that like Kenny. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keeta. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo mi gente must really need Jesus. He shed real blood, I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy.
Welcome in week 6 edition of the Sunday morning show. I'm your host, Ben Hostler. I am solo today. Frank, good morning. John, good morning. Melissa, good morning. If you're in the chat, say good morning. Pretty kind of like a fun slate, actually. Earlier in the week when I did the first video, I don't know, I really wasn't feeling it, but now that we've got to the weekend, I actually think this is a pretty fun tournament slate for DFS. As you can see on my screen, I have the Bet Karma live trends page pulled up. This is one of the premium tools at Bet Karma. It provides some public betting data to you guys. Very, very useful tool. CJ, good morning. And if you guys haven't tapped in to Bet Karma, I don't know what to tell you. Not only are the tools great, we're working on new tools every single day. We have the obviously prize picks predictor, underdog predictor, sleeper predictor. We have the money line predictor, new, relatively new, total predictor, spread predictors live for college football. For the other sports, it'll be coming soon. Yesterday went up 10 units on college football betting. I'm up over 40 units college football betting for the season with my premium bets. Go tap in. Anyone that's signed up within the last few weeks has their subscription is well paid off. And anyone in the Discord can vouch that is a true statement. Dewan, good morning. Tony, good morning. Jeff, good morning. Sean, good morning. All right, so let's get in here. Jared, what's up? Let's dive in. So start dropping your questions. Samir, good morning. Texas Sasquatch, good morning. Too bad you're not the Colorado Sasquatch. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but apparently those people on that train got that video of Bigfoot in Colorado. Kind of looked like it could be something. I don't know. Jelly, good morning. Paid off in full. Yeah, anyone in the Discord will vouch. It's been a really, really strong football season. Can't play CFB in New York. Yeah. So Melissa, can you bet on it, or you can't play college football DFS? Because I can bet on college football in Ohio, but I cannot play college football DFS for some reason. Kevin, good morning. That's not the Colorado one. Okay. All right. So start dropping your questions. I'll run through things real quick, and then we'll get into it. So I'm only playing 3 teams on DraftKings today. Typically, I play 4 or 5. I'm only playing 3 today. Cash team, a main tournament team, which I put in like the spin move and stuff like that. And then I have a other third tournament team. So 3 teams for me today. I actually really like my cash lineup. So I've had back-to-back really good weeks in cash games, but this is the most I've liked my cash team, I think, all season. I actually really like my team this week. So I'm sure, we'll see what happens, but I like my team this week. In terms of plays I think you have to make in cash games, I don't really know if there is any. Jim, good morning. Thank you for that. I don't know if there's anyone you have to play this week. Well, there's one guy. I'll give you guys one guy. Yeah, I think you have to play Raheem Mostert. I think if you're not playing Raheem Mostert, then I think that's a mistake. But other than that, I mean, there's so many good running back plays this week. Even the top tier of receiver, it's pretty spread out. I mean, we don't have Jefferson on the slate, so it kind of comes down to like the trio of Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, and you could throw Adams in there too. But I think Adams for cash is a step below, just because of like the game and stuff. But he's firmly in that conversation with how many targets he's been getting and all that stuff. So I think Kupp, Chase, Tyreek is a conversation, but I don't know if there's like a firm take. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I really wanted Diggs. Last week, I really wanted Chase. And then this week, I don't know. I think you could play any of those three. You can play any of those three. Mitch, what's up? Mike, what's up? So I don't know. I think there's a lot of ways you could go. I think you'll see I don't know if this will be a week. A lot of weeks we get that huge cash game train or multiple trains, like where a lot of people have the same team. I'm sure that there'll be that this week. But I'm not sure if it's going to be as bad as some weeks. Because there's just so many, like, I have, this is the biggest pool of running backs I've had cash game graded all season. I think there's a good, like, 10 guys you could play. Like, I think head-to-heads will be very interesting today because I'm going to go through, right when lock comes, I'm going to go through the people I'm playing and just see, like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of ways you could go. So that's why I think it's a fun week. But all right, start dropping questions. I will get to them. Let me see here. Let's go up to the top. Sneaky shootout for the Bucks game today. Yeah, John, I don't hate that. I would play Baker if I was playing that game. I don't like to use Goff on the road normally. I think everybody knows that by now. So, if you wanted to do like a Baker to Mike Evans or Godwin and then run it back with St. Brown or even Montgomery, I think that's fine for large field stuff. How do you feel about Fields and Cash? Jeff, love Fields today. If you want to play him in Cash, I don't think that's that bad. I think that's fine. See, even quarterback this week. I think like last week, it was clear I was going to play Hurts by the time we got to Sunday. I think you could play any of Burrow, Lawrence, Fields, Stafford, even Minshew. That's 5 guys I think you could build a cash game team with. So, yeah, if you want to play Fields and cash, Jeff, I don't hate it. I think I really like Fields today. I'm going to be definitely in on some Fields today. I think he's a great play. Is Hubbard a must play? So I don't think he's must play now. So I think there's multiple builds you could go with. So if you want to use one, I would not play both of the cheap running backs in cash. I would not do that. The cheap running backs being Hubbard and Foreman. I would not play both of them. I do think there's a build where you could use one of them, which is fine in cash. Hubbard projects slightly better than Foreman, but I think I slightly prefer Foreman to Hubbard personally. But if you really want to play Hubbard, it's fine. I had a build with one of the cheap guys, and I had a build with none of the cheap guys. So I think you can go either way. I would not play both of them, I don't think, in cash. But slight lean Foreman over Hubbard for me, I think. Herbert or Cousins season long? Give me Herbert, Tony. The weather looks okay in Chicago. It's not as bad as people thought it was going to be. It's not raining anymore. It's completely dry. There are like 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds. So that's a little knock on the quarterbacks there. But for Fields specifically, like I don't worry about that because we're hoping that he runs anyways. So week 6 is a 3 running back week. Yeah, agree, Samir. I've been pretty heavy for receivers this year, but yeah, today I'm definitely playing 3 running backs. In terms of the pool, I think you have Mostert. I think you have Mostert, Mixon, ETN, Montgomery, Kamara, Hubbard, Foreman. I don't know if I'm missing anybody, but there's a big pool of running backs that I think you could consider. Foreman thoughts and tournaments, completely fine with him. I prefer him to Hubbard, I think, just in all formats. If you're playing Miami stuff, like if it's like a Miami stack team, maybe you could use Hubbard in that instance. But I think I just like Foreman a little bit better than him. Brian Robinson, Dameon Pierce, or Brandon Ayuk in season long. Give me Brian Robinson, I think, Sean. That's tough. Ayuk, I think I actually think the worst weather of the week today is in Cleveland. So give me Brian Robinson. Stafford, Cup stack and cash. I think that's completely fine. CJ, don't hate it at all. Favorite running back pair is Kamara and Swift. Yeah, Swift. I don't know if Swift's in my cash pool, but definitely think Swift's a good play. Really like Kamara this week. Are we doing Stafford dropping down to Minshew? Yeah, I think you could do both. I don't know. I probably wouldn't go down to Minshew and cash, but if you want to, you can. Definitely prefer Stafford to him though. CMC a must play. I don't think he's a must play. If Mitchell's out, which I haven't seen news on that yet, I would definitely consider him in tournaments, but I don't think he's a must. Are you paying up at tight end and defense on DraftKings? Ben feels like people are going to pay. Yeah, Ingram I think is going to be really, really chalky. Don't think he's a must play, but yeah, he's a good play for sure. Niners, I don't know. I don't spend 4K on a defense. So, if it burns me in cash, then it does, but I don't see any reason like why I need to play a $4,000. Like at $4,000, you're playing like that's more than some receivers on this slate, right? Like the Niners basically have to score a defensive touchdown at $4,000 for that to be worth it. Now, could they do that? Most certainly, but that's just not typically how I play. If it burns me, it burns me, but I would rather drop down and save 1,500 and then upgrade. That could upgrade you from Logan Thomas to Evan Ingram. That could upgrade you from a mid-tier receiver up to, that could upgrade you from like a low 4K receiver up to a Christian Kirk or a Marquise Brown, something like that. So I'm probably just going to save money at defense again. And if it burns me, oh well, I'm not going to be too mad about it. Defense is so dumb. I can't wait till we don't have to deal with this anymore. Swift lower on today. Yeah, I do think Swift will be lower on today, Matt. DraftKings cash, Ingram, Detroit, or Ertz, Miami. Give me the first one, Matt. Favorite team to cover today? I really don't love I don't love a lot of the spreads today. I haven't taken a lot of bets. Might go Atlanta. They've been really good at home, Sean. So might go Atlanta Falcons today. Would you play the number 2 Miami running back? So Jacob, I think it's Ahmed personally. I do think that they will. I think that they'll run him up ahead of Brooks today. I think it's Ahmed, but it is an unknown, and I think it's probably too thin to do that. If you're playing Millie Maker or really, really large field stuff, you could take some shots there. But for anything I play, I just don't need to get that cute. Like when I'm playing 300 and 400 person field contests, like there's no reason for me to get that cute. Raiders Saints, Mitchell. I don't know. Weird line movement in that Raiders game. I don't think I'd bet on the Raiders. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but I mean, you can see here, only 34%. This is the use of this tool here. Only 34% of the tickets are on the Patriots, but 64% of the money, even money line. I guess money line is probably okay at home, but I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on in that game. I think I'd probably just avoid betting on the Raiders. Oh yeah, Kyron Williams, Jelly. Thank you. Yes, that definitely. Kyron actually is probably second behind Mostert for cash. I knew I was missing somebody. Ritter stack, Washington stinks for the deep ball. Yeah, I don't hate it. I think that's fine. So Washington, obviously bad defense, specifically in the secondary, and they've been playing really, really fast. So I'm hoping that typically pace goes the way of the home team, which would be Atlanta in this instance. But I'm hoping that the way that Washington's been playing, they can speed up Atlanta a little bit and I don't hate that game. You can see the total's up a point from open, 41.5 to 42.5. So, I mean, 42.5 is not going to blow you out of the water, but I do think there could be some offense in that game for sure. And like I said, Atlanta's offense has been pretty good at home. Chase and Cup and Cash, I don't have a build where I can fit both of them, CJ. Like, I think you'd have to play both cheap running backs, and I'm not messing around with that. Mike Evans and Foreman or Hubbard and Hollywood Brown for a FanDuel tournament. Give me the – ooh, that's tough here, man. Give me the first one. Cheap wide receiver, we're doing Downs or Woods on DraftKings Cash. Yeah, I think both are cash viable. Would probably go Downs if I could pick one, like if you had the money. If you have the money, I would go Downs. If you don't, I don't hate playing Robert Woods if you have to, I think. Survivor picks are Rams an option. Yeah, so Travis is on – I didn't get to make the video this week. Travis is on the Rams for Survivor. I think that's completely fine. As you can see here on my screen, they are minus 325, so pretty sizable favorites here. I think the Rams are fine. If you want to go safer, I mean, Dolphins, I don't see how the Panthers beat the Dolphins outright in Miami. So Dolphins, I think, would be fine. And I think the Buffalo Bills, obviously, would be fine as well against Tyrod Taylor. So if you want the safer route, Dolphins, Bills, but I'm fine with the Rams in Survivor. Scary Terry or London seasonal? Give me London, I think, Mike, but I like them both today. Puka, Ridley, Tua, Fields, Laporta, or Goddard. I don't know, Matt. Are you asking this like as the same team? I mean, I would go. Ooh, that's tough. First one's a coin flip. Puka, Ridley. I would go Fields over Tua, and probably Goddard over Laporta with Amon-Ra back. I like Chicago defense. Dewan, I completely agree. Addison, Pittman, or AJ Brown Downs for FanDuel. If it's cash, Kevin, I would take the first one. Tournaments give me the second. But I like Devonta Smith this week. If you guys are in the Discord, you know, I was talking about it a little bit last night. Is he lagging every 10 seconds? I don't – am I – can someone let me know if I'm lagging other than RJ? I don't know if it's me or him. I don't see – whenever I lag, like I can see my internet is messing up, but I haven't had any issues today like that I've seen. So hopefully I'm not. If I am, apologies. I tried to fix stuff pre-stream, so working with what I got here, but I don't know. I don't see like my thing messed up. No lagging here. Okay. It might have just been URJ. I don't know. I don't. Yes. So some people saying yes and some people saying no. So apologies if I am, but hopefully it stabilizes. Yes, you keep lagging, but okay. I don't know. I don't see it messed up on my screen, but I don't know. I'll have to look at stuff after I get off here. All right. Anyways, where was I at here? It's free running back week in cash. Yes. B. Robert Foreman cash. Foreman for sure. I think. Although Mitchell. Okay, so I like Foreman more than Hubbard personally, but on FanDuel it's a difference. Like on DraftKings, it's not a difference. They're basically the same price. Okay, now I see my internet messing up. So apologies if I'm cutting out. FanDuel, it's a $500 difference, Mitch. So I would actually lean Hubbard on FanDuel because he's $500 cheaper. Pitts in cash, Christopher, I think is fine. Cheap Browns D, I think is fine. Kamara, Josh Downs, or Kyron Williams, KJ Osborne in cash. Give me the first one, Jeff. Really like Kamara this week personally. Yes, like the stream, Melissa. Thank you. Brown or Kirk FanDuel? Picking just one. Well, on FanDuel, I'm assuming you're playing at least Ingram too because he's 5,500. So give me Brown if you're picking just one. Let's see here. Jelly, give me Jelly. I would take those guys in that order. Kirk, Hollywood Brown, Addison in that order. Mostert in FanDuel cash for me, Matt, for sure. I don't know, actually. Mostert on FanDuel is pretty expensive. So I don't think he's a must there. That one's tough. I'd have to think about that one a little bit. My cash lineups all 1 p.m. Would you recommend 1 p.m. over main slate? Yeah, Yeah, if you want to do that for sure. I don't. I try not to worry about that stuff. But I mean, there are some attractive pieces like in that Cardinals Rams game that you would probably be worried fading. So yeah, I guess if your lineup is all 1 p.m., you might as well just play that 1 p.m. slate. Laporta or Pitts in season long. Will Pitts ever get in the box, Sean? I have no idea if he'll ever score a touchdown. I would lean Laporta, but that's close. It is a good spot for Pitts. He looked a little bit better last week. I had some concerns about just like his health overall, but he seemed fine last week. CJ, give me the. I would not play DJ Moore in cash, CJ. So give me the middle one there, Hubbard Cup. I think probably is your best bet. At least we don't have to worry about Harrison construction boots. Yeah. Thank God I don't have to play Najee Harris today. So that's another reason why I like Kamara today, though. That you brought that up, Richard. So I've seen a lot of people saying. I've seen a lot of people saying like the Houston defense is so much improved under DeMeco Ryans, like they don't really want to use guys against them, but they're still graded pretty poorly against the run. And I know we make fun of Najee Harris, but I did like him against Houston that week, and he was really, really efficient against Houston in that game. He had his best yards per carry of the season. I don't like to use yards per carry as a stat, but had his best yards per carry. He ripped off a couple catches for chunk plays. Like I still have concerns about that team against the run, and I really like Kamar's role this year. They've been more inclined to use him in the red zone, which I like. Obviously has that great receiving role, and I think it's a super good spot for Kamara. And I think there's a chance that I don't think Kamara is going to be low owned, but I think that there's a chance like his ownership doesn't get out of control. I think people want to click Mostert over him. I think they want to play the cheap guys, being Hubbard and Foreman, and I think they want to play Kyron Williams over him for sure. So that's going to put him at least like third or fourth in ownership. So really, really like some Kamara today. Burrow or Stafford in DraftKings cash? Yeah, Frank. I think that's a question most people will have. If you have the money, I think Burrow. But I'm completely fine playing Matt Stafford. I still think he's due for some touchdown variance, which I talked about last week. Team total stuff, the Rams, almost a 28-point team total. Bengals are a little bit lower than that, like 24, 25 points. So you get a higher team total with the Rams. You get a higher total in the game, 48 compared to 45 and a half. So literally no issues playing some Matt Stafford today. And I still think a 3 touchdown game is in the fold for Stafford. Are we not playing Fields and cash because of weather? Yeah. I definitely think that's a concern for people. I don't worry about the weather with him as much because he's going to be running. But Fields is fine in cash if you want to play him. Did Derrick Henry just do something? What's going on here? I don't know. When does the Browns talk with AC start? Yeah, AC is doing some stuff today. He wasn't able to hop on, so no Browns talk from me today, personally. Bo, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. David is in the chat, talking about obviously my bets in Discord yesterday. His own bets. He's 9-1 his last 2 weeks. In his article, he's a free betting article up betkarma.com. Go check that out before kickoff. 9-1 over his last 2 weeks. He's loaded at running back in a dynasty. Wants to know CMC, Kamara, Mostert, Montgomery. Who do you sit, my lord? I guess Montgomery. I think for me, if you're gonna pick one, that's who I would say, David. Haven't looked this morning, but I know there's some weather concerns in Cincy. No, I think it's fine for the most part. It looked like Cleveland to me was the worst weather, and then Bears. There's pretty decent winds, but no rain or anything. It's dry. What are we doing with Devonta Smith? Taz, love Devonta Smith. I was talking about it in the Discord. I think this is a really, really good buy low spot on Devonta Smith. Obviously, the Jets super, super banged up in the secondary. I like that Devonta Smith's ADOT's up a few yards this year. It's almost 13. And I think that there's a good chance he catches a couple deep balls today. And he's definitely due for a touchdown. So really, really like Devonta Smith today. I think he's going to be really, really low owned on DraftKings at his price tag. He's in that 7K tier. Like, I think more people play Ridley than him. I think Jalen Waddle, I could see getting played more than him. And then obviously the mid-tier people would rather, if you're spending 7K, I think people would rather go up to an 8K or down to like Kirk or Hollywood. So really, really good spot for Devonta today. I'm heavy on him. I think he's going to have a good day. Just traded Pollard for Henry in my Yahoo league. Kirk or Thielen, straight up DraftKings cash Kirk for sure. Kirk might be the highest owned receiver on the slate, so that's a tough fade, I think, for cash. DeMarcado, okay, over Foreman. Need the 100 on FanDuel. I don't hate it. I don't know. Like, you guys can make of this what you want, but DeMarcado came into that game last week, looked good, scored a touchdown. Every season-long tout on Twitter was like, in a circle jerk that Keontae Ingram got listed as the running back one on some depth chart that some guy that sits in an office probably made. I don't know what the deal was with like these people victory lapping a depth chart. Like, all I know is, look, Ingram could come out and be the guy today, but all I know is DeMarcado's props are pretty high, which tells me that he's going to be the lead guy. And DeMarcado looked great in the game last week. I don't know. Keontae Ingram can do whatever he wants on some depth chart, but I don't know. I don't understand why people were victory lapping, like how much fab they spent on like DeMarcado. Like, I'm so confused about that. All week I just saw like these season long people on Twitter victory lapping a depth chart. Like, what are we doing here? I hate if you're like a season long person, obviously I play it, but if that's like your brand, I just don't like those people. Like, they're literally so brain dead, they have no idea what they're doing. Devonta's gonna smash, completely agree. Do you prefer Cup or Chase and Cash? Splitting hairs, probably Chase, but yeah, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. AJ, what's up? I do think it's probably too cute. But it's fine. Like, Minshew's in my cash pool. I'm not going to play him. It's probably too cute. Like, I think you can make a lineup where you can get up to like Stafford. So AJ, I think you could play Stafford and not have to play Hubbard or Foreman. If you don't want to play Hubbard or Foreman, I still think you could play Stafford without those guys. I think. But if you want to, like, I don't think Minshew is like a bad play. It's fine. Kirk and Ingram both for cash. I think that's fine. I wouldn't play 3 Jags. I think I really would never play 3 people from one team in cash regardless. 2 are fine though. So yeah, if you want to play both those guys, I think that's fine. Pitts or Logan Thomas, Samir, that's tough. I guess Logan Thomas. But that's tough. Anytime touchdown picks for today. Yeah, I gave 4 out in the Discord yesterday. If I'll give 2 out here, I'll avoid like these super obvious ones too. Devonta Smith gets in the box today, and Alvin Kamara gets in the box. So Alvin Kamara, Devonta Smith, touchdown calls. Eli Mitchell is active. Just got that news. So Jonnu or Conklin and cash DraftKings. I played Conklin and cash last week. CJ, I would go with him. Good matchup against Philly. And Zach Wilson seems to like him. No Jalen Carter. He should have at least somewhat of a time to throw, but I don't know. Who sees more action, Nico Collins or Christian Kirk? Give me Christian Kirk there. Nico's a very interesting tournament play because I think that I do think like if anyone plays like a Texans guy, it seems like it's gonna be Robert Woods because of his price tag. So Nico's definitely interesting, and he's in that mid 5K tier that is interesting. Like can kind of flip your build because people going up or down. So definitely like Nico Collins today, but if you're just picking one, tough fade on Kirk, I think. Ertz, Downs, Cup, or Ingram, Hollywood around Jacobs, DraftKings cash. Matt, I'd lean slightly to that first one. Do I start Higgins and season long? Depending on who else you have, Tristan. But I don't know if you had viable options on your bench, I don't think I'd start him. But if it's like him or just like some scrub you pick up, then I think it's fine to play him. Who's backing up Mostert today? I think it's Ahmed, but I don't know for sure. But I think Ahmed will play ahead of Moore. Downs, Kamara versus Addison, Kirk, DraftKings cash. Give me the first one, Jelly. Who does Lattimore cover? I don't think it'll be a shadow situation. So I think he'll see time on multiple guys today. ETN playable in cash on FanDuel? Yes. I have ETN on my FanDuel cash team. How do you project Moss and Taylor today? I think Taylor will definitely play more today. I don't think it'll be like 80-20, 70-30, but I would go Taylor gets more work than Moss today. So maybe like 55-45 or 60-40, but I do think Taylor would definitely be more involved today. For DraftKings cash, you jamming in Cup and Chase. I'm not playing both today. I think you pick one. There are ways to play both, which I've talked about a couple times this morning. If you want to do that, it's fine, but I'm just gonna pick one of them. I kind of like my lineup more balanced with just one of them. Usually I'm on team like jam both those guys in, but I like my more balanced team today, so I'm just gonna pick one of those guys. Rondale Moore, Claypool, Chark, Gallup. Tristan, that is tough. That is tough. Probably Higgins, but I don't hate a long shot on Rondale. Rondale is kind of interesting to me. I think he could get 4 or 5 carries today, which helps him out. Jelly, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. CJ, last question. Hollywood, Ingram, Kamara, Cup, Conklin, Hubbard. I would go first one, CJ, for that. I don't think Kamara is going to be overly chalk, but I just feel so good about him today. Love the spot. Favorite quarterback for tournaments? Probably Fields. I think it's a Fields day. I think this could be one of those classic, like, I think today could be one of those classic slates where it's like 145 and everyone's like, why did we not play Justin Fields? Because he already has like 80 rushing yards. Like, I think this is a Field spot. So I really like Fields today. I have Fields in my main tournament team on DraftKings, and I'm sinking or swimming with Justin Fields today. You like any Commanders receivers today? Yeah, I like I like McLaurin, especially coming off like McLaurin had a pretty bad game on that Thursday nighter. So I like McLaurin to bounce back today. All right, we've been on here 35 minutes. If you guys have any further questions, you can find me in the Discord. Download the Bet Karma app in the App Store. Click the chat room link. It'll take you right into the Discord. Sign up at betkarma.com/pricing if you want access to my bets. Up 90 units. I'm up 90 units since January 1st. If you guys just tailed every single bet I've posted in Discord since January 1st, 90 units. If you want DFS access, dfskarma.com/pricing. My core plays are up ACs, Mats. If you want to tail our lineups today, you want to play who we're playing in our contests, go sign up for that. Last couple questions. ETN or Kamara DraftKings cash? If you already have Kirk or Ingram, Kamara. If you don't, you can play ETN. Top 2 cash quarterbacks, Burrow or Stafford. And favorite cheap receiver, sub 5,500 on FanDuel. Who did I have? I don't know if I'd play someone that cheap. I like Jacoby Myers' price on FanDuel a lot, so I would maybe look to him if you want some value, but I don't know if I'd play anybody sub 55. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. I'll be back on Tuesday with the cash process video. Yeah, good luck in your contest this week, and I'll see you guys in week 7.